So I'm kind of in some drama on Twitter. Not really, but kind of. Where I'm being labeled a criminal of a hate crime because I compared a gay person to a Nazi and a pedophile on the same level of degree, apparently. Which I did not do! I did not do it! But in order to understand how we got there, we need to go over the Steven Steele files. So this image got almost 700,000 views. Steven Steele and Lucy Steele. And she's not his daughter. The show has not explicitly told anything really about them. So a little bit of spoilers, but she's 14. And Steven Steele is not 14, not 15, not 16, not 17, not 18, not 20s, not 30s, not 40s, not 50s. He's 60s. So they cut it out in the anime for a certain reason. In the manga they mentioned it. I know why they fucking cut it out. Because if they included the manga parts where they describe the specific relations or the age between them, what do you think is gonna happen? This guy is gonna get crucified. And I had no intentions of shitting on Steven Steele immediately. Why? Because if you look at his actions, what is it? A hype man. Abdul's voice actor. He has pure charisma, yet behind the curtains, he's a baby bag bitch. And he cries to Lucy Steele in a really cringe and weird way where the laugh is straight up something out of One Piece. Nothing he does is creepy. He does not lay a hand on her in the way that you would expect like a groomer would. He seems to be very caring of Lucy Steele. Lucy also is not scared of him. You could say he's groomed her already and that she knows not to, you know, bite the hand that feeds it back. But everything that I saw, even during the train when it was moving, right? The train was moving and there was a little bit of motion and she was getting off balance. The first thing that Steven prioritized was Lucy. He made sure that she was in place by holding her in place. And I was like, what a gentleman. But let's talk about the files though. Let's talk about the Steele files. We're going to read some of the tweets, and there's another tweet I made off of this one. Most liked ones. I keep seeing this image. What is the context of this image? So, he is apparently a pedophile for an amazing reason. Ah, of course, of course. But you know what? Considering the nature of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Araki's writing, I believe you. This is one of the few animes where I'm like, you know what? Let him cook. Give him some time. Have faith in Steven Steele. We got Water 7, Nico Robin, and not Usopp. No. Sogeking coming in. Oh shit, here we go again. A lot of people who are manga readers either expressing joy or hate that their boy Steven Steele is about to go through the allegations, because apparently it happened the same time too. This is crazy. There's videos made about this, and maybe we have to watch it one day. Better than Epstein! Finally addressing the Steele Ball Run allegations. This is fucking crazy, bro. Just wait for the backstory. Calm down, manga readers. We need to let them experience this by themselves. I love people like this. I love people like this who are actually understanding of anime onlys. Now, if you're in the Jujutsu Kaisen community, if you're an anime only, you're an immediate LARPer. And the entire fucking thread is gonna say, let's LARP. LARP this, LARP, LARP, LARP to her. Thank God JoJo's community is a lot more older and more mature. Trust me, once their backstory comes, you'll know why she marries him. For good reasons. I swear I'm not a pedo defender. Steven enjoyers. We gotta hold the line for the next couple of years. There's a lot of Steven Steele enjoyers in here. And I'm gonna read some of the quotes too. Hold up. We're not done yet. La gente que se está hablando con esto y con razón, perro. Creedme, todo es lo que pensáis. Confíen en Araki. Yeah, just come on. Okay. I get the crash out, but like trust in Araki's writing. Funan a Steven Steele por algo que todos haríamos. What does that mean? There's a lot of Spanish or Portuguese speaking people. I don't even know what that means. This is some French. It's actually crazy how It's actually crazy how many people are just like, JoJo's is so international, right? I'm gearing up to defend Steven Steele from all the normies who dare to spout fallacies about him. Comment dire. Para lo que se lo preguntan, sí. Lucy tiene alrededor de 14 años. El otro como 60. ¿Qué loquitos? Erramos en esas eras, ¿no? Yeah. For those who are wondering, yeah, Lucy is 14 and the other one's like 60. So what's going on? What's going on, bro? For those who don't read the article, he's not a pedo, bro. He's not a pedo. There's a lot, and it's actually crazy, you know? You see how many like non-English speaking, you know, tweets are actually going viral. It's so cool to see the international motion and the overall just like action for the show. Now, after reading a bit of the responses, I realized that I must take advantage of this. And this one went really viral. 300k views, almost 8,000 likes. It really resonated what I said. Everyone's saying he's not a pedo. Sorry. Everyone's saying he is a pedo. But for a good reason. Araki made me love a cyborg Nazi and a gay stripper in part 2, Battle Tennessee. I trust his writing. I should have thought a little bit more when I constructed this tweet. Because on the land of Twitter, if you're not writing up essays, providing every single edge case nuance and basically an argument for anything else. Basically, if you say you like waffles, people will say, why do you hate pancakes? You need to say, I love waffles, and then say, I also don't hate pancakes. If you say something like this, people are gonna take your words. Oh man. So who am I talking about here? Cyborg Nazi. If you've been following my Battle Tennessee reactions, what is it? Stroheim. And a gay stripper? Wamu. Not really Cars or AC/DC. They're alright. AC/DC definitely whack. Cars is alright. Wamu? Peak. And I'm not saying that a gay stripper is somehow in the same level of unorthodox or sin. It's not even a sin, like to a fucking Nazi, okay? I'm not. I'm just saying the bizarre nature of these type of archetypes of characters and the way that this author was made, it was able to make me compelled by it. It was beautiful. That's why I said this. But so many people, they're pretty funny though. They're pretty funny though. Again, the same thing happening again. I'm not a pedophile. I hear you, Steven Steele. I hear you. Putting being a pedophile or a Nazi on the same level as being gay. An IQ too high. And you know what? I can kind of see where you're coming with that. I woke up and I saw my tweet thing a banger and I just had to fucking reply. I wasn't thinking. I was half asleep. I did not make that connection, but I could definitely see why people would take my tweet like that. Midas coming and saying he's a pedophile for an amazing reason. Gay stripper and cyborg Nazi. Side by side. Biggie was fat. Tupac was a rapist. Triple X beat women. Except that at the end of the day, I only care about the music. One of the three is not alike here. You put a gay stripper in the same tier as a cyborg Nazi? And some people here are actually asking, right? Both defending Steven without the context and loving Stroheim, even with the context, is crazy. Where else is there? There was some, actually a lot of, yeah, stuff like this. Who was the gay stripper? These are the LARPers, bro. Where's the fucking JJK, you know, fucking LARP enthusiast at? I specifically say that, like, look at this, gay stripper, you mean Cars or someone I don't remember? Like, this is crazy. I say Battle Tennessee Part 2. These dudes are straight up LARPing. If I said, hey baby, Baron A. Zeppeli, Phantom Blood reference, do you think these people would know? Nah. I'm the only fucking real JoJo's fan in here, even though I'm the fucking par skipper. Now, here's my overall take of what I think is happening between Lucy and Steven Steele. This is the 1890s. It's after the Civil War. If you saw some of the mentions with Poco Loco and whoever, you know, that older gentleman was, they were talking about, you know, slavery just becoming abolished, yet still, they were not the same level as the white men in terms of like the patriarchy and the system that existed. I think Sandman also is talking a lot about, you know, taking white man money. It's actually really funny. Anytime you see Sandman, it's just something white man. Anyways, during those times, age of consent, marriages, arranged marriages, it's all kind of all over the place, right? So my overall theory is either Lucy, like, you know, in isekai, when how do you justify a harem and lolly slaves and basically all that? You participate in the slave auction, right? It's that, like, there's a poor girl of questionable age and she's an orphan and she's in an auction, and the good isekai main character, out of his good heart, buys her not to diddle her but to take care, something like that, right? I think it is something like a slave auction, or akin to a situation where if he didn't marry her, if he didn't take her, if he didn't buy her, if he didn't marry if a 60-year-old man didn't marry a 14-year-old girl, basically the outcome for that 14-year-old girl would have been way fucking worse. Who knows what detail it is? I don't think he's doing anything to her. I think it's a pretty wholesome relationship as far as I see so far. But again, if you can do this, Araki, I trust your writing.